season here at Hard Rock Stadium. But not on this play. It's another quick pop. That's a Malachi Fields who lost the football.
Cracked his ass.
By Justin Scott. Looks like that ball was starting to come out. It is right there off the left hip as a result of that big collision from Scott. Did he secure possession is something they'll also look at, but it does look like ball is just starting to slide out before his backside is down on the ground. Let's take a look right here. Oh, right knee down, but where's the ball at that point? Looks like it's already moving.
Come on, man. This right here was easy work.
On 2nd and 5, a little hesitation on the handoff.
We got 3 guys on him in the backfield.
By Kingston Viliamu Asa, the transfer from Texas to be the kicker.
Couldn't believe that right there.
With the snap.
They dropped the snap.
Picked up by Dylan Joyce, who's the punter, and he's knocked out of bounds. Back, it was an okay job by Joyce trying to ground, couldn't do it, calls the fire.
Trying to get out of the way.
And a massive moment for Notre Dame defensively.
How good Notre Dame is on special teams.
CJ Carr gets blasted behind the line of scrimmage by
Big
David Blade Jr. Talent.
Watch this shit. Watch this get off.
Same page with his center there.
No,
and the
that get off
defender Blade makes the play in the backfield.
Get off, square up, and then make
that led the country last year in total offense, 537 a game. Fletcher bouncing off would-be tacklers.
He knew somebody was right on him. I thought he was going to try to burst to go score though.
Tackle. A good job on 3rd down. They were best in the country last year, 56% plus. Back, here's Malachi Tony. First down inside the Notre Dame 40. And how about this route? Look at the quickness in and out of the break. Inside, back, outside. Remember, you know you're going to get man when you're playing the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Right at that young freshman and challenging him on his first college snap. He's covering C.J. Daniels at the bottom of your screen under pressure from Viliamu Asa. And it is caught! Malachi Tony! A touchdown! Up by Tony, seeing his quarterback move off the spot. Look at how he flattens the route. Comes back to the ball, secures the catch, and scores it. And how about Carson Beck? Just a great job moving in the pocket. Slide to your left, eyes downfield. Throw a fadeaway jumper and drop it in the bucket to the talented true freshman. Tremendous poise there by Carson with the delivery.
Amari Brown played so fucking great.
Holes running to the right as a first down. To the 44 of Miami. Attacking just 3 guys on the right side of that Miami team. There's not enough guys. There's 3 blockers on that side. Plus they get some pullers involved with Knapp rolling around. But Price got plenty of carries. It'll be more on Love this season. Completion and a first down. Micah Gilbert got stood up after he picked up the first down. It was Xavier. 2nd and 10. They are in field goal range for the new place kicker, Noah Burnett. Room outside.
That was the other
Price.
fit that wasn't.
Jadarian Price down the sideline. Banged across the boundary.
They called it back for holding. That really wasn't holding up. He had bro on the inside.
Now available in spicy and mild, sauce and dry rub, bone in and boneless. With Popeye's wings, you can enjoy bold flavor while controlling the heat.
They may have showed up with the chicken from Popeye, but that wasn't a hold. We just had the wrong fit on the play. OJ took the wrong angle.
He's back near the 30-yard line. Bought some time.
This play right here blew me, honestly, because the pursuit was there. The pressure was there.
Touchdown on the first TD pass thrown by the redshirt freshman CJ Carr.
Couldn't believe
just fantastic. Look at the defender's eyes. Thinking run. I don't know why. They kind of fall asleep, and as a result, Gilbert is right there, 3 or 4 yards deep in the end zone, right against the sideline.
They all locked in on the quarterback and scooping up. If anything, bro, you're supposed to back on that
the time at the line.
There was other people there.
Now he steps up and throws. Good catch.
He routed Leonard Moore ass up on that play.
He likes to send the running back out in the pass.
Best corner in the country, huh?
This is very nicely done, too. Throw just a little bit inside, but it allows you so much freedom if your back is out. Steps up, attacks the line of scrimmage, and throws a well-timed
CJ.
pass. Just a 36 yards.
Traore was giving us fucking total problems all night.
Under pressure off
all
his back
night.
foot.
That was Traore in there again.
And caught.
That catch was crazy, bro.
Daniels.
That shit was fucking crazy.
Catch. But I guess you
Snag.
could say that was on the money. I mean, that is an unbelievable catch. Now, he does bobble it a little bit through the ground, but does the ball ever touch the ground is the question. Goes up with one hand, pulls it in, but watch it now. Does he get it into his body? Does it ever touch the ground? From that angle, I don't see any ball meeting the ground.
Snag.
C.J. Daniels played all of last year at LSU after 3 at Liberty.
That was
42
a crazy
catches
grab,
for the Tigers,
but Traore was the one with the pressure on that play.
Check out a one run to a different run.
It was open.
Much more flexibility
if
here.
the pressure didn't come, it was still
very
going to
well.
be a
He's on
touchdown.
target for another first down.
It's not like he just threw it up just because he was under pressure. They worked on that.
Off immediately.
Their pressure.
Fletcher busts through a hole. First down inside the 40. They are in field goal range.
This drive coming out of the half was
Plenty of
perfect.
time.
We ate up so much clock. So much
Out of
clock.
bounds at the 9. He was hoping to pick up a block downfield from Marty Brown.
Love to see the way he kept, they kept him involved.
Brown down to the goal line.
CC
They're trying
was
to
key
push him
on
across.
that right there.
Fans think he has scored. The officials haven't raised their arms yet.
Touchdown. I seen the TD. So you can't overturn that. Ain't no way to see.
So hard to tell in the scrum whether or not that ball does cross the plane. The fact that it was called a
Moore ain't
touchdown on the
want that.
field
Look
is
at 15.
massive.
He ain't want that for real.
Jeremiah Love has 4 carries.
This is what was killing us all game. Quarterback draw, quarterback power. We clearly didn't prepare for it. And we didn't have answers for it either. Because we was expecting Minchie to do something like that. This right here was just a great fucking play.
Malachi Fields.
That was a great play.
And what a catch by Fields.
Come on, bro.
Extending those
I don't really know how you defend that any better.
Is the running back on the left hip with C.J. Carr. Lava lead blocker for C.J. Carr. He got blasted short of the goal line, but he got the first down. 2nd and goal at the 1. Aeneas Williams is the running back. He collides with Carr, and they
the get off that we had on that play was so crazy.
Tammy Carr watches her son throw his 2nd touchdown pass. Miami had really been selling out by pinching and crashing those edge defenders. So what do? They try to move the quarterback. We were asking for the quarterback moving to his right. They do so with a little loop pass.
Literally missed it.
Not great execution in the backfield as far as the relationship between the running back and the quarterback. They collide, but it doesn't matter. Carr delivers a strike to make this thing very interesting in the 4th quarter. Miami up by a touchdown with 13 and a half to go. Carson back. Was given a pocket, but he took too long, and they take him down. Boubacar
Traore was giving us problems. He is everything that Notre Dame
said. The first sack of the game for either team.
I know he's coming off injury. That dude is that's an NFL guy.
Fake to Love. They throw it out.
Damari fucking
intercepted. Ruben Bain Jr., the defensive end, wound up with it. And a 15-yard return. When you chase the ball, good things happen, and that's exactly what happened for Ruben Bain.
He had a play earlier in the game where he had chipped Love
of the
coming out of the
All-American
backfield.
defensive end. That's great hustle.
If he don't chip Love coming out of the backfield, he was matched up with Traore. He's probably going up the sideline for a touchdown.
Last 2 possessions, 3 and outs for Miami after those impressive touchdown runs. They keep it on the ground, not wanting to risk a turnover in field goal range. Some of the crowd doesn't like that call. Kick it, says Mario Cristobal. Now they have an unsettled kicking situation. They brought in 2 transfers. Bert Auburn, for a long time, had a terrific career in Texas. He faltered last year. Carter Davis, who won the job
after the first one, this
in
one had me a
training
little
camp,
nervous. I'm not
played
gonna lie.
4 for 11 at FAU. First field goal try of the night was an errant snap. All the extra points have been fine. This is for 38 for Davis. And good. Something they still have not won in 21 years in the league.
Left.
And they probably would have been in the CFP.
At this point, I was like, bro, just get a stop.
Well, the defense much better tonight. As we say that, wide open Malachi Fields.
I'm not really sure why we started playing them
the 35-yard line.
Soft. Like we was damn near giving them everything. And this shit right here is killing us. He fumbled that ball right there, too. That's why Mogan had hopped on him. Bro fumbled that ball. Torrey cracked his ass.
Massive collision by Torrey.
Watch the ball come
Just
out.
puts that right shoulder right into the
refs weren't even
side
paying attention.
of C.J. Carr, right in the rib section.
See,
man, that is
probably
big collision by Torrey.
Oh, okay. Never mind. His knee was
This
down.
is a 39-yarder.
I didn't realize his knee was down when the ball came out. He definitely let it go.
From the right hash mark, Tyler Buckner is the holder. Returning holder for the Irish. And that is right down the middle. They brought Drake Bowen up the middle. Beck was wrapped up,
so
got it
they
off,
put Leonard Moore on Malachi on third down.
And no flag.
That's
Leonard
their best
Moore
corner.
Malachi Tony.
They say,
pretty good rush
he
this
first
time around
round
the right-hand side.
Best corner in
Carson Beck does a pretty good job of stepping
up
and avoiding
they
the
put him on him
tackler.
one-on-one.
Kind of throws up a prayer, and
That
Tony
tell you the way
almost
they
runs
felt
out.
about what was going on. The boy
back.
said, Malachi, a 17-year-old not going to fucking beat us.
He was open,
and this bus right here was crazy.
Wide open is Raritan behind the defense and run down inside the 15-yard line.
That bus was crazy.
All of a sudden, it's shades of last year for the Miami defense. A total bust.
Oh, we was in zone. He the only one in zone. Everybody else in man. Watch this, bro. I couldn't believe it.
Kind of hit and collision Raritan, but he loses them. And this is the first real bust we've
like
seen.
You're in man. What are you doing?
Carr, design quarterback draw, touchdown.
And that was just a numbers game. Once again, unprepared for
quarterback
draw power. They had 7.
Running the football is a game of numbers. Well, you have 7 guys in formation for the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. There's only 5 Miami Hurricanes in there by Notre Dame.
But Beck,
under 2.5
to
go.
Make your money at.
Back deep ball. They tackled
that was a great play by Christian Gray.
Thrown on Christian Gray.
Because if he didn't do that, he would have scored. But also, they would have had more time.
That is going to be close. The play stays alive, and he's going to get the first
scored,
down.
They would have had like 2 minutes.
Push.
They would have had an actual chance to score with their timeouts.
But this is from 47 yards to put them back on top.
Everybody was complaining about, oh, why are y'all running it?
In
the group chat, like, what the fuck do you mean why they running it? You got to make them burn their damn timeouts. You want to give them the ball back with too much time on the clock? That was a dumbass question that was being asked in the group chat. The right thing is done.
The Fort Lauderdale native spent his whole career right down the street, and you couldn't hit that one any better than he hit that one. That thing might have been good from 65. He hit that with such adrenaline. Hard. Under pressure. Throws it as he was being sacked. Akeem Messador was there for Miami. They're going to roll that an incomplete pass, and Carr is very fortunate that's the case. And if you watch Bain, I mean, he gives a great right tackle, turns him around. Messador gets there first, but both ends collide on Carr, who very fortunately is able to somehow get rid of it as you see him push it forward.
Abuse.
He threw the ball before he was down on the ground.
What we wanted to do up front all night.
Let's bring in Matt Austin. What do you think, man, as the officials are still talking about this?
Well, I think it's
they was just getting protected because they had a lot of plays when they got the ball out.
It doesn't matter where the ball lands. Somebody's here. That's their own.
And they have just thrown the flag.
Checking over around, man. 10-second runoff.
Second and 17.
There you go.
He's going down again. Akeem Messador. Ruben Bain there as well. These terrific defensive ends have taken over on the last couple of plays, and time expires. They're going to give Notre Dame the play, or are they? Now the official on the far sideline is stopping the play, and the game is over.
That's all she wrote, man. Welcome to the Games Get Played Network. I'm your host, Wise, and I'm back. Listen, man. Listen. Everybody got their opinions, but at the end of the day, the game still have to be played. You got to line it up and see how you come out on the other side of it. And without further ado, we're going to get into this Miami versus Notre Dame review and the keys to victory. Miami, 27-24, beats Notre Dame at Hard Rock. I want to start off by saying I had the score 27-17. That was my prediction. And personally, if we don't have that cheap bust by Toure on their last scoring drive when they got the ball back with about 5 minutes, but if we don't have that bust where he turns them loose, we're in man coverage across the board. He has to tight end in man. Some kind of way he starts out in man, or he thinks he's playing zone. Not sure, but he turns them loose. And if Xavier Lucas, don't chase him down, then they go ahead and get in there, without burning more time off the clock. So everything happens how it's supposed to. There's a couple of other plays or fits that I didn't really like. But overall, man, we did what we were supposed to do. I thought that we were dominant on both sides of the ball in the trenches for the majority of the game. There were a couple of moments where their O-line, in particular, when they were running quarterback power, quarterback draw, clearly we didn't prepare for CJ Carr to run that stuff. Like, we were prepared for Minchie to do it if he had gotten in, but not Carr. We wasn't prepared for Carr to do stuff like that. And it was clear because the first time when they did it, I was like, okay, they caught us slipping. Then they did it again, and I was like, wait, they got something with this, right? Whether if they counting numbers, whatever it is, they got something. And then they do it again. I'm like, bro. So that was probably the only real complaint that I had regarding Heatherman. He was not ready for that with CJ Carr. And we didn't make the adjustment. Even at the end, when we got the touchdown that was scored, literally. When they drove down the field, got I think it was like a 60-yard pass all the way down. They get down there, and they literally got numbers on us. They got 7. We got 5. We only got 5 in the box. I don't even think that was originally the play call. I think they checked to it because it's not like we showed our hand. We showed where we were going. They lined up. They seen it. They probably was like, hey, if they line up and they don't put enough in the box and we got numbers, call quarterback draw. That's exactly what they did. And Popo was the one in the middle, and he tried to do everything he could to blow it up. Honestly, that's a play where you can get hurt, right? Because he put his body on a line to attempt to blow it up, to basically to blow the block up, to knock him into the quarterback, or either to get around the block. And honestly, with the positioning that the lineman had on him, bro, that's something that'll get you hurt for real. I get it. We got to sell out, to make the play. And I'm not mad at him. Like, try to make plays, but we didn't put him in the best position. We put him in a compromised spot. But overall, man, I think that the defense did what they needed to do. Okay, the only other, there were like 2 I guess, other bus, right? It was on the Shamar Brown. No, I'm talking about Shamar Brown, I'm tripping. It was on the Jadarian Price run that they called back for holding. It was not a holding at all, in my opinion. He locked him here. You may have seen a little scrape when he was letting him go, but that wasn't a hold. That wasn't a hold. But we came around hard off of the edge, right? I'm not sure if we were supposed to be crashing like that or not, but OJ definitely took the wrong angle. He was supposed to feel he came way too far inside. So when you're trying to squeeze a run like that, when you got somebody crashing off the edge and then you have somebody else basically supposed, like, they're coming to fill, the rest of the help is behind you, right? But if you don't do it together, you're not going to squeeze the play. And that's what it looked like we were attempting to do. Come fast off the edge, OJ come down. So we squeeze it because Poyser was supposed to be basically the second line of defense if we didn't get there. And OJ fielded wrong. Jadarian Price goes up, he bounces it. Poyser has the wrong angle. He's out of position. He's not even expecting Price to get there that early because he know what we supposed to be doing. He not expecting him to get there that early, but when you do it wrong and you try to squeeze a run, there's a lot of things that can go wrong. So that happens, and luckily Jacoby Thomas, I believe that was him, runs the play down, knocks him out of bounds, but like at the 1 maybe, but they call it back. So we definitely caught a break on that one for sure. So that play, there was another Jadarian Price run where I'm not going to necessarily say the fit was bad, but it just looked weird. They had numbers on us, right? They had numbers. They ran it to the right. We didn't have enough in the box, and they had enough numbers to get up to the second level on us before we could even really get a hand on bro. And I believe Mesidor chased it down, from the back end. Other than that, I wasn't mad at anything that I saw defensively. They had the one other play downfield where OJ, he's in perfect position. I mean, I'm not really sure you can ask somebody to play it better than that. The receiver just made a great play. He almost didn't hold on to it. Like I said, other than the quarterback drawing powers, that was about it. I will say we were getting home with 4. We would show 5 and send 4. We would show 5 and send 3. We was getting home like that. When we started blitzing, it really wasn't effective, right? We were better off just, doing what we did, just show it and not bring it. Sometimes you put yourself at a disadvantage when you blitz, because when you're blitzing 1, bro, they already got 5 to 6 blocking anyway, right? So if you getting home with the confusion of show it and then not go, I would just say maybe do a little more of that versus actually blitzing, because when we was blitzing, they was getting that ball out. And you know what happened? You blitz and they get it out. You got less on the back end, to help you make tackles and make plays and stuff like that. So, I didn't care for some of the blitzing in the second half. I thought it was unnecessary. I will say Jordan Faison was having himself a good game overall. It wasn't anything crazy, but he was making some timely, impactful plays, as it was needed for them. But overall, man, hats off to Heatherman, man. He showed me that I'm not gonna be a cardiac cane this year regarding defense and what they will or won't do every week. Notre Dame has a really good football team. They were the runner-up as the national champs for a reason. They lost some pieces on defense. Obviously, they lost some on offense too, but I will say overall that they were a good team, man. And I know some of the Miami fans was complaining and stuff, but at the end of the day, you know, we did beat a good football team. So I don't want that to get lost in what actually happened and stuff. You know, we beat a good football team. And it's okay to give Miami credit for also being a good football team this Sunday, right? It looks like we're building on where we left off at the end of last year in the sense of, okay, we know we lost all those pieces. We lost Cam Moore. We lost Restrepo. We lost George. We lost Arroyo, right? We lost, Lyman to the league. That's what it is. We lost Damian Martinez. We know that we lost all of that. But at the end of the day, man, I definitely think that we showed for sure that we belong. Win, lose, or draw for that game, we showed that we belong. And I know it's week 1, so I don't know what Notre Dame will look like for the rest of the year. I'm telling you that the team that was fielded on Sunday was a good football team. Now, rather if they start to crumble or do whatever, doesn't matter. That was a good football team and they were well coached. I think that it was due in due time. As you can see, I'm wearing the y'all can see that. It's that Dime Life National Champions jacket bomber. And in due time, man, I think that the college football season is wide open this year. Once again, I thought it was wide open last year too, but it's wide open this year. And, there's a perfect opportunity for us to continue to handle business and do what we need to do to get in. A top 10 win to open the season should be something that, we can build on. And honestly, I know y'all probably expected me to come on here and be super hyped about beating Notre Dame. Like, come on here with just crazy energy. But I'm going to be real, man. I expected to win. And, when it comes with the territory, man, I expect us to do great things this year. I have Miami going 11-1. And at this point, man, I feel like for a game like this, a game I knew that we would be able to dominate in the trenches, like I said, if you don't be tapping into the previews, I'm not saying I'm the best at this, but I'm probably the best that you've seen. I really be on point, and I'm not talking about scores, right? A lot of different things can happen when it comes to outcome of the game and scores. But as far as some of the key things that you're going to see, like, I know what I'm talking about. Like, it is what it is, man. I know a lot of people do these reviews and stuff like that. A lot of people cover the Canes. But I know what I'm talking about, man. Like, if you go back and look at last year and look at the games that we lost, look at the game, all of the close games we had, everything that I said that was key that the other team would do or vice versa, I would say 90% of it was on point. That's an extremely high hit rate. And I'm saying this because specifically, I know Notre Dame people probably watch it. I know Miami folks probably watch it. I told y'all we was going to dominate them in the trenches overall. I told you that their tackles weren't going to be able to handle Mesidor and Bain. He's too light. The O-line not big enough. Blade was getting off. Justin Scott made plays. Marquise Lightfoot was in there. Like, come on, man. Mesidor had one of the best games that he's had as a Cane. Ruben Bain had the best game of his career. Like the one thing I will say that surprised me, which I gave them the nod before the game, was our linebacker room. Man, the linebacker room is so much improved, bro. Like, all I can do is give credit to Heatherman. But man, that linebacker room, I never expected it to look like that. Bro, Torrey, outside of the one bust, physicality is an understatement. I'm telling you right now, that boy Jeremiah Love got lucky. He kept doing all that damn hurdling. If he had hurdled near Torrey and he had a clean shot on him, that boy would have left on a stretcher. You hear me? He would have left on a stretcher. All of that, I'm super athletic, I'm going to jump over folks. Torrey would have put him on the stretcher. That boy would have been in the locker room. You know what I'm saying? Headed to the hospital. Hey man, let's clap it up for Wesley the Saint, man. Let's clap it up for Wesley. I don't really care, what the stat said. I think he had 3 tackles. Tackle. I don't care nothing about that. When I tell you, to my knowledge, that is the best game that Wesley the Saint has ever played as a Miami Hurricane. When you go back and watch the film, man, you see him in the mix. Like, you see some of the fits he's trying to make in the run game. And even though he's not making the play, he's in there. He's coming downhill for real. Like, it's none of the shy and the waste. Like, that was the best game I seen him play. Him and Bain combined on that play to force that fumble. True, for me, it was clearly Bain that forced it, but it don't matter. Wesley was there, man. I thought he played great. I thought Popo played great. Popo was all over the place. I thought Chase Smith was in there, doing things and trying to make plays. Like, it was a beautiful sight to see, man. It really was. It was a beautiful sight to see. Cam Pruitt was in there playing. Man, it was great. The linebacker room really surprised me. It was one of the question marks going into it. And they did what they needed to do, man. I'll also say the receiver room. Let's start with both things that were question marks. Marcus Freeman gained so much respect for Malachi Tony that when the game was quote unquote on the line, that boy put his best corner, Leonard Moore, who everybody's saying is going to be a first round draft pick for sure, the best corner in college football. He put him on Malachi in slot 1-on-1 when the game was on the line. He said, bro, I'm not letting a 17-year-old kid beat me. If somebody beat me, it's going to be somebody else. And to be honest, if they didn't get pressure on Carson Beck on that play, Malachi probably beats Leonard Moore downfield. He threw it up. There was some tugging and some pulling, but it is what it is. They really didn't call that on them all game, but they had the nerve to try to call it on us. But we'll leave that where it's at. But definitely, man, impactful game. 6 catches for 82 yards and a tud. His first tutty. He could have had another touchdown. He was wide open when we were down there on the drive where we kicked the field goal, man. I believe it was 3rd down. Second one, I thought he was wide open in the end zone, but Beck didn't see him. You know, it happens. But no, he played phenomenal. It's clear that he's the guy at slot. It's clear that he's one of the guys overall in the receiver room. And I expect him to, take that, build on it, and continue to, get even better. CJ Daniels, 5 catches, 46 yards, and a touchdown. Definitely catch of the year so far. It might last for maybe up till half the season. That grab was crazy. On that play, Traore got pressure on Beck. Believe he was matched up with Markel Bell on that play. Traore was giving us problems all night. I know I said before the game that they only had one NFL guy on that line. I take back what I said. Traore is definitely going to the NFL. And, man, he was giving CC problems. He got the sack on CC. He was giving Markel Bell problems. That's them 2 of the best tackles he's going to see all year, if not the best 2. So, salute to him. But, no, that catch that CJ made was amazing. And it came at a great time. Beck falling back, he threw it up. The thing about that play that I do want to point out, though, is so Traore messed up the timing on the play. But I will say, so Beck said after the game that him and CJ had been practicing that all week in practice. And they had been practicing the look in particular that they were going to get from Leonard Moore. Leonard Moore was the one that was on CJ. And, they discussed, hey, if we get this look, hit him with the move, because he was pressed up on. He hit him with the move and it's there. He routed Leonard Moore up. The safety happened to be there, but the safety was actually out of position, y'all. If you go back and watch the play, he was out of position. He could have potentially intercepted the pass that Beck threw if CJ didn't snag it. But that route was going more inside anyway. The safety was already shaded this way. So if you don't get the pressure, it's a touchdown this way. It was going to be a clear touchdown. There was nothing they was going to be able to do about it. It's just Traore got that pressure and Beck had to let it go sooner. But Moore was beat off the line. Go watch it. Go watch it. He got routed off the line. I thought that Keelan Marion had a good game. He could have had that touchdown, but Christian Gray held him at the end of the game, which was a great flag potentially by him, because he would have walked in if he had caught that one. So I like what I see. Beck tried to stretch the field multiple times. I think that a couple of those were definitely pass interference calls that they just didn't give us. But it's clear that we're going to throw it downfield, and most of those balls were good opportunities for the wide receivers to catch those. So I like what I saw from that. Beck took check downs a couple of times, 3-4 times when he needed to. One of the times he was just like, Hut, read 1, read 2, check down. He went through it so fast, hey, I see it right there. It's wide open. Why not go ahead and get it? I'm not mad at you, brother. If you see it, if it's there and they're giving it to you, take it. Take it until they react to it. I would like to see Elijah Lofton get more involved. I know he had the one grab, but that's one of my quote-unquote gripes on offense. He's a mismatch. Use him. Even if you're going to hand him the ball on a jet sweep or coming out the backfield, do something with him. I mean, Elijah Lofton should get 5 touches a game. And that's being a little light. Right? You should find a way to get that guy 5 touches a game. Joshua Moore, he had the one that he wanted back. Even Mario said he wanted it back. I know in the group chat, folks like, oh, the ball was behind him a little bit. He should have caught that. 2 hands on the ball, but I like what I saw out of him overall. I honestly didn't expect him to play as much as he was playing. And that's no knock on him. I mean, I heard that he had been doing good, but like he was really out there. So I expect to see some great things from him this year. I will say that I hope Jordan Lyle is okay. He got injured, I believe, on the first drive of the game. I don't think a lot of people realize that he had got hurt. I guess his ankle got rolled up. I know they did retape his ankles a couple of times. They said twice for sure. So hopefully he's okay. Definitely don't want any actual injuries, this early in the year. I thought Fletcher ran hard. I thought he did a great job. I didn't see issues with balance. He didn't put it on the ground. Some tough running that he did. It was one of the plays where I thought he was going to break out. But instead of trying to break out on the run, he protected the ball, which looks like it was the right decision because Traore was coming from behind him. But some great things from Fletcher, man. He showed that he was the most effective running back out of all when he got his opportunities, and that's on both sides of the ball, in my opinion. Marty Brown, man, he was running hard. He was running hard, man. A lot of tough yards, a lot of tough runs, and I feel great about what we got at running back. Even if they need to rest Lyle for a couple of weeks. We got Bethune and then we got USF. So if they need to rest them, go ahead and do it. Fletcher and Brown can handle it for sure. Beck, shout out Beck, man. 20 of 31, 205, 2 touchdowns. I thought he did a good job of taking what the defense gave him. Some of those down the field balls, maybe you expect some of those to be caught at another point. We didn't have any drops on, down the field stuff necessarily, but the Keelan Marion play would have been a 70-yard TD. The Malachi play was, 40 yards left on the field. The one he threw to JoJo wasn't going to catch that. But it was multiple times he threw it down the field, but I liked what I saw. He stayed poised. It was 24-24. He drove down there. He got us down the field, did what he needed to do. It's clear that he's a leader. He's a winner. He's a gamer. He really only threw like maybe one questionable ball. Other than that, he pretty much kept the ball out of harm's way. He was able to move around even with the pressure that was coming, just like on the TD to Tony, like, boom, that's a roll to the left and get up out of there. But I love what I saw. The O-line, outside of what Traore did to us in spots, it was what I expected to see. I'm not really sure how many DNs that we're going to go up against that are going to have that kind of size and quickness to them. So, hats off to them. I'll say that conceptually, Dawson was running a lot of different stuff. Like, he was running a lot of different stuff conceptually than we ran last year. And to me, that was apparent. That was one of the things that really stood out. Like, Dawson was really like the concepts and the stuff that we were running, like just wide receiver wise. Some of those things we were not running last year at all. So to me, that was real encouraging to see that Dawson got more in his bag. And this was just week 1, but it's clear Dawson got some stuff in his bag. I'll give him that. I was questioning his bag because I said it couldn't look any better than it did last year, which it probably won't. But if he's able to continue to build on, what he was doing and everything, I think that would be phenomenal for us. One of my only gripes with Dawson, outside of you not knowing how to get your tight end the ball, like, is I see you setting it up for later. I see the action. That's all I'm gonna say. I see the different actions to do different stuff. In the run game, play action. I see it. I saw what you was doing. I will say, bro, we need more than inside zone. Like, I get that we want to lean on the O-line. They big, they strong and everything. But outside of the action that I see that you're setting up, I'm not going to really get into it because, to be honest, man, I know that there are other people that do breakdowns and, they get into true schematics and X and O's and sometimes, but I'm not going to lie, man, if you want the rundown on what the Canes do or don't do well, I'm the man to go to. And I am highly convinced that some of the opponents that we face, that just for you're going to watch all the hours of film and all of that, but you may see certain stuff, on this film. Maybe you watch it from last week. They do cut-ups. I get it. They do their research. But to me, it's clear that some of the points that I be making be getting used, whether if it's internally, externally, it's clear. So I'm not really going, I'm not going to dump out a couple of things with that because I just want to see Dawson do it first. And then, once he do it, I'll cover it. But, nah, man, like, we got to do more than the inside zone run. Like, bro, you have to get the defense flowing from side to side. Like, you can't just keep going straight at them. You got to mix it up because, contrary to popular belief, that's the same thing that Virginia Tech, did to us last year. They understood that, running straight at us wasn't necessarily going to always be the best thing, but they knew if they got us moving laterally and stuff and just, got us covering different aspects of the field, you switch it up that way, you're able to break runs. This is a game of muscle memory. And if I run 5 inside zone plays back to back to back to back, and then I pass it, cool. But if I go inside zone, and then I run a counter or something, like, and that's the thing, like, I know it may not be in our bag, but Marty ran everything last year. So even if some of them not used to counters and different stuff, he can do that for sure. And, that's more so about feel on some of that too. But we got to switch it up. We got to do a little more in the run game. And I'm going to just, I'm going to leave it there. Dawson, you know what you need to do, bro. But yeah, man, the game overall was pretty even when you look at the numbers. I don't think the numbers show you how we smacked them in the trenches, though. I will say that overall, we smacked them in the trenches. The one thing I know that I didn't hit on at all is Greathouse didn't have any catches, clamps. We contained Jeremiah Love and Jadarian Price. To me, it was clear that Price was the back that was going to be more of a problem for us. You take away his other 30-yard run or whatever it was that they called back, and his numbers do look different. But you saw it though. We had more of a problem with him than we had with Love. I mean, that's just facts. Once again, the the 6'7" tight end prevails on Miami. Guy ended up busting free for 60 yards. He had 97 on the day. Never fails, man. We always gonna turn a big tight end loose and let him get off. That's probably gonna be bro best game of the season, numbers wise. I think overall we kept CJ Carr in check. A lot of quick hitters. He had the one bust down, that he got downfield. Great find by him. If he don't have that, he's under 200 yards for the day. I'll take it 10 out of 10. A lot going on, man, but I'm happy with everything that I saw. Overall, I will say I definitely want to give a shout out to Damari Brown. I know the stat sheet probably don't say it and all of that. And I know Bain had a monster game. I'm not taking nothing away from Bain or Mesidor or nothing like that. But I was watching what was going on. I know Damari potentially wasn't going to play because of, some injury stuff he had been battling. And, bro, if he don't play, we lose that game. Honestly, I thought we was going to be okay without him. And I think we would have been okay. And I'm only saying this because of the plays that I saw. All right. Obviously, he forced the turnover on that play. All right. You're going to keep throwing that screen. We're not just going to keep letting you get that shit. Blew it up. But like I mentioned on the play where they said Jeremiah Love out the backfield, bro, he cracked his ass. He cracked him. And if he doesn't give him that hit, because he didn't even knock him off his feet. If he don't give him that hit, he's one-on-one with Torrey up the sideline. That's not a good look. Like that, it was other plays he made. The way he was coming down and doing certain things. I don't even know if anybody caught anything on him in coverage. Like the physicality that he played with, it was jumping off the screen, bro. It was jumping off the screen. So I hope he's going to be healthy, moving forward. But shout out to Damari. It was good to see him back. All of that extra weight is off of him. I don't see no flab. He actually looks like he's the size he's supposed to be now, because last year he got bigger. And then the injury, shout out to him. He's definitely my unsung hero. He's my player of the game for sure. And listen, man. Miami Canes fans, man, let's act like we've been here before. I know it's been a while. What it's been, 23, 24 years. But let's act like we've been here before. That was just the mentality and the mindset when I was making this video. Just knowing that we done been here before and we handle business like we need to. Everything will be all good, man. Go Canes. Till next time, signing off.